Parshas Vayechi. So we see that Yaakov gives the brachas to Ephraim and Menashe. So he says he puts his right hand on Ephraim and the left hand on Menashe. So Yosef protests. I mean, Menashe is the older one. Yeah, he'll also be big. I mean, it would seem if the person is giving a bracha, that you give a bracha to somebody, so let Yaakov give the bracha to Menashe. Menashe will be the bigger one. No, Gamhu, he'll also be. Teretz is a very important factor. Bracha brings out the potential. So what's there will come out. Ephraim had the greater potential. Menashe is not as great as Ephraim, but bring out what you do have, that a person has to do. Many times we suppress what we have, and the bracha is to allow ourselves to bring out greatness. And it's an amazing thing because you see that even a person thinks that he's small. The greatness he can achieve, truth be told, if you go with the Turim in Shlach that it applied to all the Meraglim, there was Sari Chamishim. Let's assume then that Yeshua as a Sari Chamishim is one of the officers over 50. That's about to there's Sari Chamishim. So let's now assume, let's make the math. If you have a Sari Chamishim, how many in 600,000 people? Yeshua, 12,000 contemporaries, colleagues. Then you have above that, because you have Sari Meya, you have the people, officers over 100, so there's 6,000 of those. Then you have above that, over the 1,000, 600 of those. So let's say that's 18,000 somewhat. That means it's combined, let's say Mir Yeshiva, Lakewood Yeshiva, if a Bacha comes to one of these big yeshivas, it's overwhelming. There's thousands and thousands of people, Zakenim and Muflagim and Tamei Chachamim. And the person walks in. He wants to have an aspiration, wants to grow. And this person who's not known to be the Mitzuyan is going to Shtaigois and become the greatest. How so? It's what Yeshua did. Yeshua grew to become the greatest. Some Chaim Shulevit says the whole word that Yeshua had the biggest bikush. He wanted the most. He parked himself by Har Sinai, waiting for Moshe Rabbeinu to come down. And he got his own man, private man. Because he wanted that when Moshe Rabbeinu comes down, I want to know the Torah, give it to me. He had the biggest bakasha, the biggest bikush. The Steipler went, Rabbi Chaim Shulevitz went to the Vardik, and the Alta showed him, this bach is the best bach kishrin, this bach is the biggest baki, this bach is the biggest masmid. Says, who's the best bach at that bach? Who's that? He has the most bikush. There was a Steipler. The bikush, the yearning, the want, that could create the greatest achievement that a person can get. And even more than that, sometimes the kleine zach and the small things create the matzav that it can become so big. Meaning, what does it say by Yeshua? The Zakenim Sheboisei Ador, the Zakenim in that generation said, Oy loisa busha, oy loisa klima, woe to this embarrassment and shame. Pnei Moshe k'pnei Chama. The face of Moshe is like the face of the sun. Pnei Yeshua k'pnei Levada, the face of Yeshua is like the face of the moon. Ostensibly, Moshe was the greatness, was the sun. The moon pales into significance next to the sun. Right? Okay. The moon reflects the sun. But I saw, I think, Chaim Sheshba in the Sefer, I believe, once saw Moiridik Pshat in this. Not that they were saying on Yeshua compared to Moshe. They were saying, look what Yeshua accomplished. He became the Levana. He became the next leader. Why? What does Chazal say about Yeshua that he got to his achievement of his greatness? What did he do? He's Masada the Beis Medrash. He put the swarm away. He put them out. He put the chairs away. What? That's what he did? And he achieved such greatness? I could have done that. I could have done that. That's what it is. Now, obviously, the fact that he had the Ava, that love, for Kodesh Baruch Hu's house, for Sfarim, for Torah, that Ava, the love for it, there's nothing small about it. It's not degrading. Faket, it's a Kodesh Baruch Hu's covered. It's his Torah, it's his Sfarim. That Ava generated the greatness that he was able to become who he became, and that is what anybody can attain. That's Laisa Busha. What? He did. I could have done that. I was bigger than him. seichel, maybe I was greater than him. But he had that meticulousness, the care, the ava, that propelled him. And that's really what a person can learn from Yeshua. Gama katan, gadol yiyeh. The katan will bring out this godless. There's no katan. That's what the Zohar, I think it means, all the time. Yonason says, by bris, that's what you say. So katan gadol yiyeh is going on what we learn from Yeshua. Because every yid that katan, what he is now, small, can achieve great things. And how we're going to achieve it, of course a person needs hasmada. A person needs to have focus. But sometimes the small thing about it can trigger the ava that you'll show that you want and that yearning that you can have. It could bring tremendous heights where a person can have. Hopefully, it triggers a gewaltige ava. People want to have the avas Hashem, avas HaTorah, and they grab it. And the Moshe will give siyat d'shmaya, whatever much we'll be able to accomplish, but we won't even realize how much it really goes into us. Okay, that's one good I wanted to bring out over here. But also, I want to share something else. Sometimes, also we see that Naphtali ran to Mitzrayim, right? Here they came along, and they didn't have the shtar because they were taking the funeral procession. And Esau turns up and says, that burial plot is mine. And so what do you mean? Yaakov purchased it from you. No, they called in Naphtali, we need you. Go get the star from Mitzrayim. Naphtali's going to run very fast. Got a bracha. Yaakov gave out the brachas. Got to run very fast to Mitzrayim. Okay, Naphtali takes off to run to get this. Remember, it's a funeral going on. Yaakov's funeral is being held up now by Uncle Esau here. And you got to bring the star. Chushim ben Dan sees he's deaf. He doesn't know what's going on over here. What's the holdup? They point to Uncle Esau. He's the trouble over here. Takes out, knocks his head off. Fatik and Esau, he got his part. He got Orsmach Pela too. His head rolled in. Good, very good. Now, the funeral goes weiter. What happened to Naphtali? My guess is he got to Mitzrayim, he got back, the show's over already. Levi, what happened? Chushim took care of it. 1 second. Naphtali, what was his bracha that Yaakov gave him? Ayola Shalucha. You're going to run so fast. Which means you're going to be able to go to Mitzrayim and get that star and come back. 1 second. That never happened. I mean, he ran to Mitzrayim. If he came back to Levi, it's over. It didn't even need the bracha. What's the bracha for? It never did anything. He ran, came back, garnish. What's my bracha he does? And Chushim took care of the whole business. And the Levi went on. And Naphtali is back, empty-handed. He missed the Levi. He probably felt terrible. He missed his father's Levi here. But what was the purpose of it? It's father gave him that bracha. You have a bracha, you'll be able to run fast, you'll be able to do. It's my ridiculous. And by the way, why didn't they bring the star with him? He has their star. That shows that they have the owner of the deed over here. This is their plot. Just bring it. That's the most crucial, critical piece of paper you need to bring to show Esau. If he comes up and makes problems, I have the paper. No, let's go back and get it now. What's pshat then? Dafka. To show that nothing was accomplished. But nothing has to be accomplished because you have to do what's incumbent on you. That means I have to do the rest of Hashem I have to do. If I'll succeed or not, that's nothing to do with me. If I can't, you see, that person has the koiches, he puts it in, he wants to try, he wants to do the best. He'll not succeed in iota. It's irrelevant. And that's the bracha. Yaakov gave him a bracha. This is his bracha. Because the bracha is to do what you can do. That's it. You have to do what you can do for the Brother Shalom. Tzlacha is irrelevant. And that's part of the major problems that we all have. Because we want to see success. That's a person. That's a natural thing. He wants to achieve. You want to see success. The fact that we go and we accomplish, we try, that's the success. I think I said it last week. I think the stories, how many people went to Shiurim, they're exhausted. They couldn't learn a word because they were so tired after the day's work. And Stipe told them, you just keep doing it. Take all the kaiches and go learn and fall asleep. You're great. That's what you have to do. Show the Abbas Torah that you want to learn Torah. Success was beyond him. Or the other person that slept through Shas 3 times in the Rav Shir, and all his children became Rosh Hashivas. That was a blessing that he was able to see how it's manifest. But you see from there, that many times we try to do things, we don't see the success. And we give up. Not so don't give up. A person puts the effort, a person puts the koiches, a person puts the gewaldige atzlocha, and then the Baruch will give him the gewaldige siyata shmaya, that we should be able to see the payros. But even without that, to know that we're doing gewaldige bracha, the fact that we're doing, that's bracha. That's what Yaakov told Naphtali do. It's not the gay of accomplishment. That's a tremendous yesod in avodas Hashem and avodas Chayim. The person has in the betach, the Baruch helps us that we should be able to reap the benefits of the success that we should be able to see, but to understand the avodah that's upon us.